If I didn't know any better, I would tell you that we had two separate major storms take place, one in the Gulf and then a version 2 taking place in the Northeast, and in many ways seemingly worse in the Northeast as opposed to the Gulf, both of which bringing absolute historic flooding that many of us have never seen in our entire lifetimes. We may just be looking at yet another named storm under the letter I that is going to be retired from the Atlantic hurricane season list of names. And in my opinion, it could have been retired twice. We've got major Hurricane Larry in the Atlantic and many other storms to talk about all in the next 2 weeks. Unbelievable. Here we go. And my goodness, friends, welcome back. It is September 4th, 2021, 10:38 a.m., and I could easily make a ton of videos strictly on the Northeast impact of Hurricane Ida and the Gulf and all these insane stories that are just coming out of the Northeast left and right. And we also got to remember this storm hit the Gulf as well. Sadly, with over 100 people losing their lives now within this storm. And not to mention, we've hit the $52 billion in damage mark. That is enough money to give all 300 million or so people, every man, woman, and child in the United States, $160-something each. That is a ridiculous amount of money. We still have many places underwater that haven't even been assessed for damage yet. And to be quite honest, unfortunately, the death toll of this storm alone will more than likely retire this name Ida, and we'll never see it again except for on a list like this. Anytime we need to go back and reference our record-breaking I-name storms, because I'm sure Ida will not be the last one. And speaking of last one, I'm sure it's safe to say Ida will not be the last hurricane we see this season either. You're looking at the most current GFS chart, which I am now going to take over manual control so we can control what we see. And right off the bat, we see Major Hurricane Larry, which is a major hurricane right now. In fact, the last time I checked, 115-mile-an-hour sustained winds, bringing it to a Category 3, officially a major hurricane. That now makes 3 major hurricanes all within a very short period of time. And even more significant is that is our 7th named storm since 1 month ago. August 4th, Tropical Storm Fred. 1 month, 7 storms, 3 major hurricanes. That is a lot of action, especially right now because we still have basically that to go, being that we're in peak hurricane season. So now that we're almost 3 minutes into the video, I'm going to talk about the upcoming storms, and we're looking at one invest here in the Gulf. Very interesting situation. May have 2 separate hurricanes in the Gulf within a week. We also have the mysterious major hurricane Larry, and its path is very interesting. More than likely will continue to just hook out back into the Atlantic Ocean, but we do have a chance of this thing getting closer than we'd like to see. So what we're going to do is first take a look at Invest 91L. That is disturbance 1 here, 30% chance of cyclone formation over the next 5 days. This is expected to become Mindy, and I'm going to show you how that works, and then we may also see Nicholas right behind it. Back here on Tropical Tidbits, we are set for September 7th, so you're looking at 3 days from now into the future. That is a fair amount of time, and what you're going to see is what seemingly looks like Mindy popping out of nowhere, almost off the coast of Louisiana, and then hitting Louisiana. But really, we're looking at Mindy down here forming, and then kind of blobbing up into this area, and then seemingly appearing out of nowhere. And you can see that right here as we move from the 7th into the 8th and 9th. You could see Mindy just pops up out of nowhere, but really it flowed up from central tropics and then wants to become a pretty decent stationary storm before moving to the panhandle. So that is one probability moving into September 11th, which is 1 week from now. So within a 7-day period, we may already get the formation of Mindy and a landfall of Mindy across 4 states: Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, panhandle of Florida. And then as we move through the 11th and 12th, we see another storm pop up and shoot right for the eastern end of Texas / western end of Louisiana, once again as a storm in Nicholas. Now, we're not done yet. Take a look at what Mindy has done after making interaction with land in the Gulf, now popping up off the Carolina coast as a Mindy 2.0 and then flowing out into the Atlantic Ocean. Your guess is as good as mine of what happens after this thing hits that warm water belt of the Gulf Stream that comes up all the way to the northeast, but hopefully our jet stream will carry Mindy 2.0 2.0 after making an initial landfall in Louisiana out to sea. So I'm going to break this down one more time, and please understand I am not predicting these storms. I'm showing you the available data we have and what to look forward to more than likely. And once again, by September 7th, 8th, and 9th, we're going to see Mindy pop up just underneath Louisiana, possibly skimming Mississippi, Alabama, then making another landfall in the panhandle of Florida, skimming across the southeast, and just as it exits out the Carolina coast, we have tropical storm / Hurricane Nicholas moving right up to Texas and Louisiana as Mindy reforms. Talk about an incredible series of events that could possibly take place all within the next 10-day period. For those of you that don't follow hurricane season that closely, and more so only when we have big storms, the way that this is turning out to happen, including Hurricane Larry, which is absolutely having an effect on the formation of Mindy and then Nicholas, riding up the East Coast, causing momentum for these storms to be brought up north through the Gulf states. And this is just a wild situation. Again, with Mindy, if this all stays right, you just don't see the formation of cyclones like that in the Atlantic Ocean unless it is peak hurricane season on a very active season, which this is leading up to be. Here is the official timeline of Major Hurricane Larry. And just so you guys know, in the next video, I'm going to break down all the movements of Mindy and Nicholas and why they are doing what they're doing and what to expect from them. I just wanted to get that info out to you. But take a look at this. We are looking at a major hurricane in Larry all the way through Bermuda. I'll do a report for the people of Bermuda because this storm is getting way too close and will be way too big to not cause effects. And then we still have to worry about our jet stream taking care of Larry and bringing it out to the Atlantic Ocean. Sometimes things don't happen as they're planned, and that's why we are here to show you all the different outcomes and how the data changes over short periods of time. My friends, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'll be back later on today or tomorrow afternoon. Shout out to Canada, and please leave any questions or concerns or submissions you want to leave down below. You know how to contact me, and I'll gladly share them on the channel. I hope you're all safe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all, and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.